There is a book that has been read by more human beings than any other document in history. It has been translated into over 3,500 languages. It has shaped laws, wars, art, music, and entire civilizations. Billions of people consider it the literal Word of God. And somehow, I had never actually read it. Not really. I went to church as a kid, I heard the stories, I knew the greatest hits, Noah, Moses, David, and Goliath, Jesus, but I had never sat down and actually read the whole thing, cover to cover, start to finish, like a book. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it in public. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a theologian, I'm not here to preach at you or tell you what to believe. I'm also not here to tear this book apart. I have no agenda in either direction. What I am is curious. Because whether you believe this book is divinely inspired or think it's purely a human document, it is without question one of the most remarkable things human beings have ever produced. It spans over 1,000 years of writing. It contains poetry, law, history, prophecy, philosophy, war, romance, and tragedy, and some of the most psychologically complex characters ever put to page. Most people, even lifelong churchgoers, have never actually read all of it. Surveys consistently show that a majority of people who call themselves Christian have not read the full Bible. That's not a criticism. It's a 1,200-page ancient document written across multiple cultures and centuries. It's not exactly a beach read, but I think that's exactly why it's worth exploring. This channel is going to be a documentary journey through the Bible, not a sermon, not a devotional. Think of it like if the History Channel made a serious documentary series about the Bible and actually did it right. We're going to look at the historical context behind these stories. What was the world actually like when Genesis was written? Who were the Philistines? What does archaeology actually tell us about the Exodus? Did the walls of Jericho actually fall? These are questions historians and archaeologists have wrestled with for centuries, and the answers are far more interesting than anything I learned in Sunday school. We're also going to take the stories seriously as stories. The Bible contains some of the most dramatic narratives ever written. Betrayal, sacrifice, power, obsession, redemption. These are human stories, and they hold up. We're going to ask hard questions too, because if you actually read this book, really read it, you will have questions. I already do. We're going to sit with those questions together, without pretending there are always clean answers. A few things I want to be upfront about. This channel will never tell you what to believe. It is not politically affiliated with anything. We're going back to the text itself and the ancient world that produced it. What I can promise you is honesty. When something surprises me, I'll say so. When something confuses me, I'll say that too. When scholars disagree, and they disagree about a lot, we'll look at all sides. The first question I had when I opened Genesis wasn't about God or creation. It was, who wrote this, when, and why? Because someone sat down thousands of years ago and decided to write this. And that alone is worth understanding. That's where we're going next. If you want to come along, subscribe. This is going to be a good one.